Wood Group as an organisation has grown tremendously over a long period of time. Part of that growth has been by the buying of companies and bringing them into the group, of which we've probably done over 60. That presents a challenge because what we're trying to do is we've got different cultures coming together in different countries doing different jobs. So trying to find a way of creating a common baseline, a common foundation for that culture is quite difficult. And that's when the core values are so important, because we have one single set of core values. There are 7 core values that apply to every part of our operation. And that allows us to have enough commonality in the culture and yet be able to celebrate and thrive on the local differences that exist too. Core values for me started in 2006 when we started PSN as a company. We started a new company. We didn't have a name, we didn't have a brand, we didn't have a reputation. So there was a blank canvas. It was an ideal opportunity for us to try and define what kind of company we wanted to be, what kind of reputation we wanted to develop. So the concept of core values became prominent, but it really took us probably 18 months to 2 years before we began to realise just how significant they could be for the business. Wood Group has always had core values. It's just that they weren't as clearly articulated as those within PSN. But Wood Group was in the process of articulating and developing those core values. At the same time, it began to consider the acquisition of PSN. Now, also within the group, Wood Group, there were 2 other parts of the organisation that had their own sets of values. And in January 2013, we combined those into a single set of common values. So on the 29th of January, we ended up with a single common set of core values covering the whole of Wood Group business for the first time in over 40 years in the energy industry. And that's a significant point in the Wood Group journey. It's difficult to get people initially to go beyond they can accept core values in the business at a relatively superficial level. But when every hiring decision, every promotion decision, every decision on which customer we work with, which supplier we choose to use, every difficult decision we make can be rooted back to the core values, then we'll know that we're achieving what we're set out to achieve. When we see the core values being used all the time and almost subliminal to the way we do things, then we'll know we've achieved a culture that is different from others and we think will differentiate us in the marketplace. I think Wood Group's culture has always been evolving. And I think at any point in that journey, people could look back and say, wow, it's evolved a lot over the last 5 years, and I would expect that evolution to continue. So I would expect in 5 years' time, any of us to look back and say, wow, we've come a long way in the last 5 years, because we've recognised that the development of the culture, the growth of the business is a continually moving feast, and that we're part of that continually that continual movement forward. I think the culture will be different. I think it will be better. I think it'll be more attractive, and I think it'll be more attractive to our customers as well.